Hello, my name is Mia Lazaga. Welcome to my capstone presentation, Technology with Soul. This project is going to explore how Archangel Education and Technology can support Catholic schools in navigating the digital transformation while keeping faith, formation, and human connection at the center. Archangel partners with dioceses, universities, and manufacturers like Samsung and ASUS to help schools implement technology that honors both excellence and ethics. Today, I'm going to walk through a digital strategy campaign that is designed to elevate Archangel as a national thought leader while supporting educators through mission-driven innovation. Before diving into strategy, I want to ground in mission. Catholic schools today are facing a rapid change. Technology is advancing quickly, AI is accelerating even faster, and teachers are working hard to balance instructional needs with spiritual formation. Archangel exists to guide educators and students in the responsible and ethical use of technology. We believe that the human is always at the center, never the technology. The student, the educator, and the community are of the utmost importance for Archangel. Innovation begins with the human in mind. Technology is simply a tool that we use to bring those ideas to life. We are not dependent on the technology, and we are certainly not victims to it either. We use it intentionally and ethically in ways that honor dignity, purpose, and faith. Archangel also holds a very clear vision, and that vision is to be the most student-centric technology partner in Catholic education. That means that we support teachers through meaningful professional development. We invest directly in students, giving them real opportunities, real mentorship, real workplace skills, and pathways into their future careers. Formation isn't something that's abstract for us. It is active, practical, and lived. This campaign is built on that philosophy to position Archangel as a trusted, mission-centered guide for Catholic education. Campaign overview. So the Technology with Soul campaign bridges innovation and faith in a way that is practical, mission-aligned, but most importantly, people-centered. It responds to three needs that we are consistently seeing across Catholic schools right now. Number one is that teachers are overwhelmed by rapid tech changes and limited training time. Schools want to gain guidance on ethical AI usage, but they want to make sure that it's rooted in Catholic values. Archangel's mission-driven work is not yet recognized on a Catholic scale, but this campaign is working to change that. This strategy is turning needs into an opportunity for Archangel to lead, to guide, and to accompany educators through a digital transformation journey. Problem statement. So many Catholic schools right now are not only struggling to keep their doors open, but they're also competing with charter schools because we've seen in this landscape that charter schools have more access to programs, more access to internship programs, more access to technology, in many cases, more funding. And so Catholic schools are struggling to, increase enrollment and keep the doors open. But most importantly, they're also struggling to integrate technology without losing sight of their faithful mission. Teachers are experiencing tech fatigue, uncertainty around AI, and limited access to professional development. McKiddin writes in 2025 that educators are searching for ways to balance moral responsibility with instructional needs in the digital era. That line is truly captures the heart of this campaign because we know that teachers want innovation, but they want their innovation to be rooted in purpose, ethics, and faith formation. In essence, they want technology with soul. They just don't know how to receive it. And in my next slide, I'm going to talk a little bit about some challenges and how Archangel turns them into opportunities. So, some challenges and opportunities / research insights. For Archangel, we always see a challenge as an opportunity to improve, an opportunity to do service in our communities, and an opportunity to change the lives of our students. So we know now that Catholic educators are looking for guidance that really respects both their innovation and their faith. So Archangel has the mission, we have the partnerships, and we have, most importantly, the credibility to fill all of these gaps. The tech overwhelm for Archangel will become a chance to offer that practical formation, that practical training. The uncertainty around AI becomes a chance to lead national conversations around technology. And the gaps in that digital access that we see that Catholic schools are facing right now is becoming an opportunity to offer more partnerships, more support, more internship programs for students so that they can be ready for their future. Every challenge for Archangel is an opening to be a leader within the space. And next, I'm going to talk about some leaders within the Catholic space and some of our target audiences that we're really trying to capture here. Okay, so some of our target audiences. These audiences really capture some of the types of people that I work with on a daily basis. These are leaders within the space. So the first one that we see is, for example, Maria. She is a teacher. She's been in her career for a very long time. She wants to integrate technology. She wants it to enhance her learning, but she also wants to make sure that that technology is assisting her with forming the faith and the heart and the soul of her students. But she feels a little bit limited in the professional development time that she's offered, and she feels overwhelmed with emerging tools because they come up so quickly and doesn't really know how to integrate them creatively. Next, we have Thomas. Thomas is a diocesan superintendent responsible for multiple schools. For some context, superintendents of dioceses can be in charge of anywhere between 10 schools to 60 schools. Managing that many schools on such a large scales, most superintendents value sustainability, consistency, scalability, and measurable outcomes for their schools that they can leave as as something for people to look forward to, and kind of like a legacy for them as well. And next, the most important, arguably for Archangel, since we are a student-centric company, are the Catholic University students, but also our high school students. Students for us are the next generation, and they're emerging leaders that really want mentorship. They want purpose-driven work, and they want real opportunities. So our internship program is meant to speak directly to their values and what they're looking for in the job market. Grounding our approach in these personas really makes sure that our messaging and tactics stay practical, pastoral, and people-centered. Next, I'm going to talk about some goals and objectives that are aligned with Archangel's mission. So, goal number one for us is going to be to establish Archangel as a national thought leader for Catholic education. Goal number two is going to be to build those long-term partnerships with dioceses and universities. Goal number three is to increase participation in professional development sessions, webinars, and internships by 25%. Lastly, to expand Archangel's digital reach across multiple platforms. Our primary SMART goal objective here is achieving that 25% increase in educator and student participation by Q4 of 2026. These goals not only define what success looks like for Archangel, but they're going to guide our decision making, and they're going to ensure that all of our tactics are laddering up to those measurable outcomes that we have. And next, we're going to talk about strategies. Our strategy is built around 3 pillars. The first one is going to be bridging innovation and faith. Since we want to position Archangel as a trusted guide and a national thought leader, we want to make sure that we're helping educators integrate technology without compromising their faith-centered mission. Next, we're going to empower educators through storytelling and formation. By sharing real stories and offering meaningful professional development for them, we can make technology feel not only accessible, but we can make sure that it is aligned with their God-given vocation. Lastly, we're going to strengthen the visibility with coordinated cross-platform strategies. This is going to integrate the paid, earned, shared, and owned media for consistent national visibility. And as you can see, each one of these strategies is directly laddered to our SMART goals. Next, we're going to talk about tactics. Okay. So as you can see, all of our tactics are brought to life by the PESO model. First of all, our podcast. very fun. Our Technology with Soul podcast is going to spotlight educators, diocesan leaders, and technology leaders within the space, like from Samsung, from Asus, possibly Google, to guide technology conversations and ethical AI conversations. Next, we have webinars. These webinars are going to be mission-centered, but more importantly, also practical. We're going to make sure that we're giving our teachers something that they can use within the classroom today, increasing this PD participation and confidence within our educators. Social media. Everyone knows that social media is an incredibly necessary and strong tool. So having real educator stories, student features, and partnership highlights are going to expand not only our credibility, but our reach. Partnerships, collaborations with large dioceses, universities, large tech companies, and the National Catholic Education Association are going to strengthen our long-term relationships. Our internship program. Our internship program is going to provide hands-on experience and mentorship for students. Every single one of these tactics, as you can see, is tied back to at least one SMART goal. These actions are going to reinforce our vision of becoming the most student-centric technology partner in Catholic education. By forming our teachers, we're indirectly serving our students, and through our programs, we serve them directly. Next, we're going to talk about some sample posts and what this could possibly look like. Okay, so some example posts that we have here. These examples are going to show the campaign in action, right? On the left, we have an Instagram reel promoting our AI and spirituality webinar. This is going to reach educators that are really seeking that technical guidance and making it accessible for them. In the center is a post that was done and posted by the National Catholic Education Association. So that is going to help Archangel amplify on a national Catholic education stage. And on the right is our Technology with Soul podcast launch that is featuring Massimo Miliano. He is one of the co-founders of Archangel, quite possibly the heart and soul of the company, because every single one of these initiatives came from a loving need to be in service for others. So it also helps that a lot of diocesan leaders are already well acquainted with Massimo. So hearing from him, hearing from other diocesan leaders that they know very well is really going to strengthen and impact this campaign. All of these are going to reflect consistent branding, that mission-driven messaging, and engaging cross-platform storytelling. Next, we're going to talk about one more example post that actually hasn't come out yet, but I believe is, a prime example of what Archangel can do. So this is one partnership spotlight that we actually haven't come out with yet. We have Sister Mary Grace Walsh. She's the superintendent of schools for the Archdiocese of New York. It's worth noting that the Archdiocese of New York is one of the largest archdioceses within the United States. Recently, within a collaboration with the Archdiocese and Asus, we were able to highlight teacher stories, student stories, and we described how durable Asus devices are, but most importantly that with Archangel's support, it was the Archdiocese was able to help them keep faith, excellence, and learning in the center of the classroom. For us, this is the perfect example of what Technology with Soul really means. It is the true essence. It shows that, we have teachers at the forefront. We're empowering our students and we're strengthening Catholic education through that mission-driven technology. This video actually has not come out yet, but will be released at the start of this campaign. And it is going to be a wonderful addition. And we hope to do more videos like this one. It's also worth noting too, before I move on to my timeline and budget, that, like I said earlier, Catholic schools are struggling to keep enrollment open. So they need to find more ways to be innovative. This is where Archangel really comes in to support and help. We can, offer help to our students, we can offer help to our teachers, and most importantly, by working directly with the diocese, we can really strengthen them, and we can show parents that are considering what kind of education to give their children where they should go. Next, we're going to talk about timeline and budget. This campaign is going to unfold across 3 quarters. So quarter 1, we're going to launch. We're going to introduce the Technology with Soul framework. We're going to begin the first podcast episodes, and we're going to release our initial paid media assets. Quarter 2, we're going to talk about engagement. We're going to roll out the webinar series. We're going to publish educator and student storytelling content. And we're going to push coordinated partnership campaigns with the diocese and the universities, much like the one that you just saw. Quarter 3, we're going to make sure that we sustain. Any professional within the marketing space knows that consistency is the most important thing that you can have within any campaign. Staying consistent and making sure that you're checking yourself is going to make sure that any campaign is successful. So as you can see in the graph here, I've divvied up a percentage of where our budget is going to go. It's going to roughly be around $15,000 for this campaign, and it's going to be distributed across 6 key categories. 30% for paid advertising and promotion, including paid and social Google search ads to increase visibility and drive signups. 10% for digital marketing tools like email automations, CRM support, and analytics systems. 17% for content and creative, covering podcast development, blog production, video storytelling, and design assets. 7% for events and webinars, supporting the Faith and Innovation webinar series and partner-hosted sessions. The biggest chunk of this campaign really is going to go for personnel salaries at 32%, which really is allocated for the marketing manager, for the PR specialist, for the digital strategist, for the graphic designer, because they're all critical roles that are going to contribute to this campaign. We reserved about 4%, and that was on purpose, small, but just to give us a little bit of leeway for contingency and for A/B testing. We want to make sure that we're being flexible, having a checks and balances system, making sure that we're checking throughout the campaign what works and what doesn't so that we can optimize as we go. This budget really is meant to reflect a balanced, mission-focused investment that is really prioritizing content, formation-driven initiatives, storytelling, and strategic, emphasis on strategic paid media, all while remaining cost-efficient through partnerships and internal resources. Next, we're going to talk about evaluation metrics. To talk about a little bit about evaluation metrics, we want to make sure that we're being impactful. So we're going to use both quantitative and qualitative measures. For quantitative, we're going to use social engagement and impressions, webinar attendance, podcast downloads, partnership inquiries, and professional development and internship participation. So if we see that all of those are going up, that means that Archangel is doing something right. On the qualitative standpoint, we want to make sure that we're getting sentiment from educators and students, making sure that that feedback is real, that it's authentic. We're going to check the tone and engagement across platforms. So if people are liking, if people are sharing, if they're reposting, it means that overall we're doing something right. And then we're going to talk about diocesan relationship strength. If we see that as this campaign goes on, more dioceses are reaching out to us and more willing to collaborate with us on a firsthand basis, then we know we're doing something right. These metrics are meant to tell the full story, not just what performed well, but how our mission is resonating. Now we're going to talk about some key takeaways. To close, Archangel is technology with soul, and this campaign is meant to reinforce our core belief that technology must always serve the human person. Technology is just a tool, but the human being is at the center of the universe for us and is created with purpose. We have not only initiatives for students, but we also have a very philanthropic identity that flows from our Catholic social teaching, that caring for others is not an afterthought. It is an essential part of who we are. It shapes every decision, every partnership, and every program. It's meant to elevate our thought leadership, expand that student opportunity, and above all, it teaches us that technology is at its best when students are being able to live out their God-given purpose. Next, we're going to talk about what winning looks like for Archangel to wrap things up. What does winning look like for Archangel? For us, it's going to align right back to that SMART goal. It's going to show that if we have that 25% increase in the professional development, our partners are coming back to us and they're saying, our teachers feel more confident. Diocesan superintendents are coming back to us and they're saying, wow, thank you so much for inspiring us, for reaching out to us, for really giving us the support that we need. If students are saying, I feel more confident to move on with my career, that's what winning looks like for us. It's not just those quantitative values, but really it's the quality and the heart of what counts for us. And we also know at Archangel that business is a consequence of the right values. In the Catholic tradition, being in service and being compassionate, being dignified, all of those things come first. The success is something that's naturally going to follow. Our work is going to imitate the model that Christ gave us. So we're going to lead through service. We're going to love our partners that we work with, and we're really going to support them. When these values are lived authentically, the partnerships are going to grow naturally. That is what winning looks like for Archangel. In my next slide, you can see some of the references that I've used. They're basically just key sources, including research on Catholic education, ethics and AI, some digital trends, and professional communication strategies. I know that I've gone a little bit over my time, but I just want to say thank you to my professor. Thank you to everyone who has supported me in this journey. It has been a long time coming, but I would not be who I am if I didn't express a little bit of gratitude. It has been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Professor Meisner. Anyone who's watching this, if you have any questions, if you need any help getting through your capstone presentation and you really just want to talk about it, you can reach me at either one of these emails. And lastly, just to close, I really want to say that technology with soul means everything to me. And Archangel is really committed to putting the student, the person, and the people first. Thank you so much for watching. That's my capstone presentation.